Okay, I got some undisputed news. Now, I believe it was last week I talked about Paul Pierce on Undisputed and what I thought about it. I think it was 2 weeks ago. But definitely last week I also talked about Undisputed is just missing that, you know what I mean? Undisputed is just missing that host that's going to get them back into the ratings. Now, no matter who they add on Undisputed, they're never going to dethrone First Take. It has little to do with Shannon Sharpe, even though Shannon Sharpe is doing extraordinary work over at the Worldwide Leader of Sports. It's just a simple fact of it is, it's human nature. ESPN is a juggernaut. They're in more households in more countries than Fox Sports 1. Always have, always will be. Yes, First Take was having these ratings even before Shannon Sharpe. Hell, when Shannon Sharpe was with Undisputed, him and Skip Bayless couldn't even dethrone First Take. That just shows how big ESPN is as a brand and as an organization. But that's neither here nor there, all right? So Fox Sports 1 is exploring their NBA lineup because they don't really get hot and heavy on NBA until the All-Star break. And you can tell Skip Bayless is, trying to figure out who's going to be in the studio with him debating the NBA topics, okay? You saw a little Rachel Nichols, and I told you guys what I thought they was going to ultimately do with adding Rachel Nichols, which has proven to be right. You also saw them try to experiment with Paul Pierce. I just didn't think Paul Pierce was a good fit. And you can go check out that video for yourself. I'm not going to regurgitate what I said in that video to make this video even more longer. Just go and check out that video for yourself at your leisure. And now John Salley. John Salley was on there, I believe it was a couple of days ago. And I just didn't feel it with John Salley. John Salley's still got that same old MO about him, about, the Phil Jackson Zen moment and trying to be philosophical and things of that nature. And he's just too much of let's just say nice things to everybody. All right. There's a time and place for everything. I just don't think when you're debating topics, particularly when you're debating teams or when you're debating about the best athletes or personalities and things of that nature, you just can't be PC correct all the time. Okay, you just can't just take that route every single time, and that's what you get with John Salley. And John Salley just doesn't provide a spark for Undisputed or any show. Okay. John Salley was good on the Best Damn Sports Show, period. A lot of you guys are not even going to understand it. Was that even a show that used to be on cable television? Him and Tom Arnold. I forgot the picture that was on that show. But yeah, John Salley had his time in the spotlight. And I just think that, it's time for some new blood. They tried with Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce didn't add no pizzazz, no flair to Undisputed. Even though, he still thinks he's better than Dwayne Wade. I still think they need a heavy hitter over there at Undisputed. I told you guys, and you guys lit me up in the comment section. You told me there's no chance in hell Jalen Rose is going to sit next to Skip Bayless. And I even told you guys I felt like that was a pipe dream, but I do feel like to get someone to perfectly replace Shannon Sharpe, or to get someone that will at least get you to go Shannon Sharpe who, I feel like it's Jalen Rose. Jalen Rose is the perfect package. He's the ambassador for NBA. He knows a thing or two about the National Football League. Where it struggles, not that much when you compare him to Shannon Sharpe, is the MMA and the boxing. But how many matches of boxing or MMA we talk about over every year. Few and far between. I think he can get better at it, but I felt like Shannon Sharp was hugely better at combat sports. All right. And baseball, I feel like it's a pull between either or. You know, there's not really a lot of baseball topics, but I do feel like, and I still feel like Jalen Rose would be a perfect addition for Undisputed. And then I also said another thing that will make the show better is they have a moderator. I understand why Skip Bayless wants to take the lead as far as moderating goes, because he can dictate, how the arguments are going to be orchestrated and things of that nature. I understand all that. But to me, I feel like you need a full-time moderator, someone who's impartial, who's not biased, who's not going to take one side or the other, that's just going to just come in, do their job, and make sure that we're staying on topic. I still think you need someone like that. Occasionally, Skip Bayless does a decent job, but it does go off the rails, particularly when Skip Bayless goes on one of his tirades when he wants to, tell everyone in the room why he's right. I still think you need a full-time moderator for that. But nevertheless, I still feel like out of all the announcers and analysts or sports personalities, I feel like the best package is Jalen Rose. Now, would Jalen Rose do that? I don't think so. Would Skip Bayless even allow it to be done? I don't think so either. But, I do feel like Jalen Rose could add a lot to Undisputed, probably get the ratings back to a fair, reasonable amount. But nevertheless, you could tell Skip Bayless is trying to figure out who's going to be on the NBA coverage. Now, I don't think Richard Sherman is going to continue after football season is over with to debate against Skip Bayless. Not because of that little dust up that they had. It's just a simple fact that I feel like out of all the football analysts or the personalities, when you talk about Michael Irvin, Richard Sherman, and Keyshawn Johnson is the most available one between the three. Richard Sherman still is got some responsibilities over there at Amazon with the Thursday Night Football package. He has his own podcast that is very successful. Richard Sherman has other things percolating. Michael Irvin is, when football season is over with, he, makes his tour around a lot of, football organizations and, a lot of camps when the camps are open, and plus Michael Irvin is a very busy guy, not only with the NFL Network, but he does his own touring, public appearances and things of that nature. And I do feel like Keyshawn Johnson out of the three will probably stay over when they do their NBA, when the NBA starts popping during the All-Star break and closer to the draft. You're going to see a lot of abundance of Keyshawn Johnson. But back to the story at hand, I wasn't feeling John Salley, and I definitely was not feeling Paul Pierce, but it would not surprise me either if Skip Bayless adds someone else into the room that he wants to explore and kick the tires around, see if it works, if it doesn't work. It would not surprise me, not one iota, if Mark Jackson makes an appearance on Undisputed, to try him out for a show and see what they have with Skip Bayless and Mark Jackson. But it also would not surprise me either if they get someone from the journalistic side of things and debate Skip Bayless, like a Christopher Mad Dog Russo, who was brought to First Take to debate against Skip Bayless. Stephen A. Smith. Would not surprise me none if they get someone from the media world to debate alongside or against Skip Bayless. But yeah, that's all I got for today. Guys, tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. It's your boy. I'm up out of here. Deuces.